Step softly, young lady. The vibrations are throwing off my precision.
Oops. Sorry.
Tut-tut. No talking either. We're closed today, but seeing as you got past my girl, I guess you have legitimate business.
Yeah. Hiya. Well, sort of.
Yes?
I'm with the Uminska campaign. Uminska, Leia. Unity?
I'm quite familiar with the Social Democrats, girl. You work with Baruti Marfane, then? He's a nice man, genuine. You can tell he believes in his work. Do you?
What?
Why are you in politics, young lady?
Zoe Castillo. I'm, in politics because...
Okay.
Part of it is because I want to make a difference. That may not be the whole truth, my main motivation, or even the most honest answer, but it is true. It's embarrassing, but part of the reason is that I have time to spare, and I wanted to do something valuable with that time. I want to make a difference, and I have the time to spare. But the truth is that I don't know why I ended up working for the campaign.
Well, she says that being unsure is the truth. Maybe she should just go with that.
Very well. Let me rephrase that question. Whittle it down for you. Why Uminska?
Kaiser Wolf, Dieter Gross, Marxists. I wouldn't want to live in a city governed by either of them. Maybe unity isn't the perfect option, but in this case it's certainly the lesser of many evils. I've actually come to believe in a lot of the things Leia Uminska says. I've never been very political, but this seems to matter. Maybe the honest answer is that I don't know. It's the campaign I ended up working for. She's certainly better than Kaiser Wolf. Probably better than Dieter Gross and the incumbent government. And I don't see the Marxists getting their shit together anytime soon, no matter what Nella thinks.
Again, here she mentions that this might be the honest answer, so we'll go with this one.
I honestly don't know.
Still, Manu save us from those who believe they have all the answers. I was like that once. It's debilitating, but curable. No matter. Zoe Castillo, was it? Do you know what that name means in Spanish? Castle, fortress. And Zoe is Greek and means life. Are you alive?
What?
Your eyes. It's like part of you is asleep or dreaming.
I was sick. In a coma.
Yes, that would explain it. What can I do for you, castle dweller?
You probably know why I'm here.
I can make an educated guess. But I wasn't really thinking about your campaign work. I was thinking in general. Is there anything you are looking for?
The conspiracy, the coma, the fragmented memories. I want it all to make sense, and I want to stop feeling like I'm not in charge of my future. More than meaning, maybe I'm simply after belonging. Somewhere. With someone. I miss Dad. I miss me. And I don't miss who I used to be. Whiny, petulant. I'm happy to have changed, but something is still missing. It's not remembering that haunts me the most. Not knowing exactly what happened to me. I can't even trust myself because sometimes I feel I'm a fraud, an imposter. Without our memories, can we really be ourselves?
And we already said earlier that, or we chose the option that Zoe wanted to remember. She said that to Dr. Roman. So let's again try to be honest and go with that same theme.
I want to remember what happened to me before the coma.
There. That wasn't so hard, was it?
That was really inappropriate. I don't even know why I...
Not at all. Now I know who I'm speaking with. Shall we discuss politics?
Really? Yeah. All right. So, we, Leia Uminska, the Social Democrats, we're wondering if you would...
Support Uminska and the Social Democrats in the election, I know. I'm thinking about it. You see, Zoe, the most important thing for me is this community and the people who look to me for guidance and support. They trust me, and my judgment. I know that I have to take a political stand, and I know that stand will have implications and repercussions. The Blues have left me alone, never bothered me. Dito Gross is a safe choice, the status quo. Wolf, I do not trust. I have no wish to see him or his European Dawn thugs in power. The consequences of that would be on the scary side of unknown. The Marxists are preoccupied with rhetoric, demonstrations and marches, grand speeches and even grander gestures. I don't think they'll get in my way, but they do get on my nerves. And we have your Social Democrats. They are the compromise. I usually abhor compromises. In this case, however, the extremes aren't very attractive. And so it comes down to this. Prove to me that your party cares about this community and the people in it, and you'll have my support.
How do I prove that?
The Eye's been increasingly successful at keeping undesirables off the streets. That doesn't mean they're not here still. There's a city beneath the city, populated by those who have fallen through the cracks. People with no home, no identity. Old, young, children. There's a girl, a young girl, Hannah Roth. I was in contact with her, but now she's fallen off my radar. I haven't seen her in days. I'm worried that... Help Hannah. Find her. Tell her Queenie is looking for her. If you can, bring her to me. If not, just make sure she's all right. Do this for me, and we will talk politics again.
I'll do my best. But where do I start?
Nella Vilcek. She sells food...
Up top. The food court outside Seshadri Tower. I'm sorry, but yeah, I know Nella. She's a friend of mine. It's incredibly weird.
No coincidence. No story. I guess you were the right person to ask, Castle Dweller. Hannah mentioned some odd jobs she'd done for Miss Vilcek. I don't know the details. I'm guessing deliveries.
I'll start with Nella. I'll let you know when I know more. Thank you, Miss...
Queenie will do. I left my old name behind somewhere. I had no use for it anymore.
It's weird that she doesn't want to use her real name. She said there are so many lost people out there. So many homeless children.
Well, she was spending a lot of time talking about our name and what it meant, so I think this is fair play.
What did you mean you left your old name behind?
Names are like clothes. Sometimes you grow out of them.
I always thought names were more important than that.
Maybe so, maybe so. Mine wasn't. Mine was used up. It reminded me too much of my past, so I changed it. There have been many. A whole closet full.
So, before...
No, Zoe. I'm Queenie. That's all there is to it. Now run along. I have work to do, and so do you.
You'll notice that there's a flower motif on her gown, I guess, dress. That's actually a subtle hint as to what her old name was. Can we still talk to her?
Thank you, Miss Castillo. You can leave now.
All right.
Take a look at my
So let's go back and see Nella. We need to go up top. I think we can do that if we go this way, actually. Because this is the right side of the city already.
I'll see you soon.
think there are stairs just off to the side. Yes.
There are so many dream junkies around.
The city should do something. It's on some day at a time.
Alright, so this is Sunshine Plaza.
Life is dreary and meaningless.
Oh, there's a map right here, so we can double check our route.
Vienna?
Vienna. 2 nights in the metro
Hey,
station.
you cowboys here. I'm here to give you directions, miss. You just tell me where you want to go today.
I'm going to Seshadri Tower.
The tallest tower in all of Propast. That'd be right here, sweetheart.
Not yet.
It was a pleasure serving you this fine day, miss.
Ah, but it's on the upper level.
Everyone knows European.
Sunshine Plaza by OCG.
I think those are meant to represent reaching for the sun, or maybe playing basketball.
3 times before the
One of
system
the
even
two.
acknowledged my existence. And this was to get
OCG
her to
commissioned
know.
that holosculptor from Emma de Frique, which is just the weirdest coincidence. And then again, she is a really famous artist.
And there we have the first reference to Emma, April Ryan's best friend, who we saw in the previous game has achieved much fame and fortune by being an artist.
It
Paranoia
brightens up the
much?
place. This place does need enbrightening. Apparently, it's not just an artificial
Hola,
sun,
Chica.
but also the wire singularity for Propast, which means there could be a wormhole inside that burning ball of plasma. Sounds safe. Our OCG-sponsored sun substitute is the closest we get to actual sunlight in Propast.
Alright, so I think the map said we actually need to go this way. Actually, no, that's a dead end. We need to get up one more level to get higher up in Seshadri Tower.
Original consumer goods would
Let's
like to remind
see.
you not to stare directly at our sun, as it may cause blindness and tumors.
So I says to him, I says,
Ah,
to you,
there we go.
"Oh,
There's
through
the
here,
stairs.
Brewster. You need to turn back and head home."
So we'll go up here and then back to the left, I think. Yep, there's Nella's food truck over there.
What do you want?
Sorry. Vending machines everywhere.
After they dominated the soda wars, bingo's pretty much the only show in town. And by show, I mean fizzy drink. After they dominated the soda wars,
Oh.
bingo's pretty much the only show in town. And by show, I mean fizzy drink.
Another reference to the rather comical soda wars.
I'm a rootin', tootin', 6-barrel shootin',
It's
toting
you!
pro cowboy.
What?
Yeehaw!
Who? Me?
The superhero from my dream! You're her!
Sorry? I really don't... I'm not her, whoever she is.
Yes, you were in my dream. You told me it'd be alright, and it was. You helped me wake up.
You're mistaken. I don't even own a dream machine. I couldn't possibly have been in your dreams.
It was you were there. I don't use it much anymore. The dream machine. Most of the time I say no, just like you told me to. I read instead. I'm reading a lot. The book I'm reading right now is about this girl who's dreaming, but doesn't know she's dreaming. I'm worried about Mum. She's always in dream time. She prefers that to being awake. She doesn't eat much, or go outside, ever. Thank you for helping me. Zoe, right? Thank you, Zoe.
How do you... I didn't... What? What the hell was that all about? I don't know her. Do I? She looked so familiar, but I haven't seen her before. I'm certain of it.
Of course, she doesn't remember yet her time back in the story time. But yep, there's the girl that we helped rescue from the Cthulhu monster. And we got a journal update for that. So let's check it out. Whole new brand of journal entries here. Late afternoonish. When I grow old, I want to become Queenie. I don't just want to be like her. I want to be her, flying teacup and all. I mean, how awesome is that? Flying teacup. That's all I need when I get old. Also, she's incredibly perceptive and sharp as a cheese slicer. With her wit, she slices the cheese of life. I'm not sure how she got me to open up like that so quickly. I pride myself on being guarded and hiding behind awkward jokes and words, but she just, bam, got me within 5 minutes. If Roman was anything like her, we'd be done months ago. And when she asked me what's most important to me, I told her I'm looking to remember, and I am. I hate feeling like I've lost a big part of my life, and I feel like there's something in those lost memories that I need to recall in order to move forward. Maybe it was just a clever parlor trick to make me pliant. After all of that, how could I say no to anything she asks of me? So now I have a quest, like the Holy Grail, except looking for a girl instead of a grail. Quest for the Hana girl. No? Okay. I remember the last time I went looking for someone who'd vanished. That turned out well. But who the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Excuse my language, but honestly, how did that girl know my name? I'm not in the iris system. She can't possibly have faced me. So how did she know? How the fuck did she know? She must be mistaken. It's crazy talk. I haven't been in her dreams. There must be another Zoe out there that looks just like me, my doppelganger. But still, she looks so familiar. Now, not only was there a big hint in something that the girl said when she was talking to Zoe, but there's also a big hint in that journal entry as to what is really going on. Okay, Nella's not here.
Gone to restock, back soon. Odd. Nayla doesn't typically leave her cart during peak business hours. She usually restocks first thing.
Gone to restock. Well, there's 2 places where you can get lots of stuff.
I still have no idea where to find Nella. Perhaps she left a note or something.
Oh, I was just going to go search the marketplaces, but the game says, keep looking.
Gone to restock, back soon. Odd. Nayla doesn't typically leave her cart during peak business hours. She usually restocks first thing.
Is there a note or something? It still just says sign. Oh, wait a minute. Something's over there. Come around this side here. Crates.
Food crates. It's how Nayla gets her daily deliveries.
Open it up. And we have... Ah, the collective. Oh yeah, she mentioned she had just gotten new sausages from this place.
It's a receipt belonging to Nella. Oh, hey, there's an address on the back. The Collective on Caprova.
Ah. So there's our hint. So let's double check where Caprova is. I know I've been there before, but...
You could need some crowdy partner. Where are you off to today?
Where on the map is Caprova?
Why, that's a pretty scary neighborhood, doll. Keep your eyes peeled and your hands on your 6-shooters. Draw! I hope you get to where you're going. And if you ever get lost again, you know Crowboy's got your back.
Ah, it's basically just forward and down the stairs, I guess. Yep, the Caprova walkways. So just down this way, I think. Let's see, where's the collective? Oh, wait a minute. Nope. I'm on the Caprova walkways, but I still need to go down to the lower level. So let's see.
There's no way you can convince me that Kaiser
Yeah,
Constantine...
there's the stairs that go down to the
Really have
lower
go
level.
like that?
First time I was wandering around Propast, I got so lost. And it didn't occur to me that I should maybe just carefully look at the maps a bit more. I was determined to just figure it out on my own. Okay, anything to look at around here? It's like more background characters. I'm guessing that's probably either a nightclub or, I don't know, dancing girls or something. Crow did say this was the seedier part of the town. Ah, there's the sign for the collective. So there's Nella. It looks like she's talking with someone. Oh, it looks like we can listen in.
Something's going on. Nella looks upset.
Look, Adse, I said I'd do my part.
That is exactly what you said.
But I have to draw the line somewhere. I'm all about shifting the balance of power, huh? About getting the Bonza to think twice. Not about fucking shit up just for the sake of fucking shit up. That's not what I signed up for. I want to pick up my supplies and get back to feeding the barrio. If I can convert some sozzies and bettenheads while I'm at it, great. If not, I move on.
That don't sound like someone's committed to the cause.
Oh, fuck off. I'm delivering as promised, no? I'm getting a friend to source me the nanotech. She has special access, a couple of days, week at most. But with the eye poking into my affairs, committing random acts of personal violation, drones and checkpoints everywhere. Time to tread a little more cautiously, lest we find ourselves bereft of food card, food, and freedom. Anything else you need me for, Bruder, I'm all game.
I remember you saying you'd walk the walk, not just talk the talk.
I need to draw my line somewhere, and this is where I draw it.
Whatever, as long as you deliver.
Colo, seriously, when do I not?
Sounds like something serious is going on. What is Nella wrapped up to now?
She looks a bit rattled. I hope everything's okay. And I hope she's not mad at me still. Nella looks unusually restrained.
Puta Dupek, what are you doing here?
I was just... You weren't at the cart, so I went looking.
You went looking? Are you spying on me, Zike?
Jesus, Enspan, Nella, no. I wanted to ask you about Hannah Roth.
Hannah? Hannah? What the hell for?
I need to find her.
That doesn't answer my question, and you won't find her. She's... Shayaza, just stop. Stop looking, stop asking, and stop following me. This is not something you want to get involved in. Just let it go, and go. Get out of here. You're not going to find Hannah, and you're not going to ask me about her again. Go! Get the fuck out of here!
Well, that didn't work. Okay, so we got a new journal entry here. Let's see. Here we go. I don't usually listen in on private conversations, but I didn't want to just barge in like I always do. There was something about that argument between Nella and her friend. I can't put my finger on it, but it felt odd. Off somehow. Oh well, none of my business. Still, when I asked Nella about Hannah, she was very evasive. Why tell me to not ask questions? What was that about? I'll have to ask Nella again, when she's in a better mood. In a few days, a week maybe. Yeah, let's make that 1 week, or 2. 2 sounds good. She's always a little intimidated by Nella, I think. Okay, so that's something that's also kind of interesting, is they don't immediately have you fulfill that quest. Instead, it's something that you have to come back to later. So let's go back to headquarters.
Madam Nix. She's famous. I've heard of her.
It's like another dream establishment, maybe. Looks like some people are particularly famous for the dreams they have and record them and allow other people to experience them in dream time. Alright. Now, conveniently, we're not that far away from the Shook, so we can just really quickly head back to headquarters.
Watch it.
Move along. There's nothing
Sorry.
to see here.
Everyone's so rude. So just around... Oops. I got turned around, didn't I? Yep, I did. I'm supposed to go this way. Here we go.
My apologies.
Oh, see, there's one polite person there.
Mr. London ain't too happy with how you're messing about in his barrios, so's he?
Easy, cousin.
I ain't your cousin, mate. I ain't your mate, neither. Mr. London says you ain't never asked for his blessings, Colo. Mr. London, he ain't too happy about that, him. Mr. London says it's disrespectful.
Tell Mr. London that I'm not messing with anything. I'm just running a political campaign. Maybe if we could have a civil discussion about this, instead of...
Oi, Essie, you talk to me, not to Mr. London. No one talks to Mr. London. And there's no discussion to be had. We have no use for your commie comrades in Propast. In this barrio, we vote wolf.
Oh, I see what's going on. This isn't about theft or respect, is it? It's about Kaiser Constantine and his Fascio army. How much is he paying?
Hey, let him go. Wait, what was that me?
Otherwise, don't get involved, Suka. You just get your fresh messed up. Wouldn't look too good with a broken piff, huh?
I didn't understand any of that, but if you don't let him go, I'm calling the police.
A palla? Shice them in there. You think the police are going to interfere? Do you know who this is? This is Mr. London. And he owns the buller in Propast. Now fuck off before I get total anger pissed and decide to...
一個旅行嘅商人，沿途為佢嘅商品叫賣。佢賣武器同埋盔甲。有一日，佢嚟到一個村入邊，裏面住咗一位偉大嘅軍人。我嘅盾牌，商人話非常堅固，無論乜嘢武器都黐唔入，佢可以保護你不受任何傷害。我嘅長矛，商人話鋒利無比，無論乜嘢一刺就穿，將你嘅敵人即刻打倒喺地上。咁點可以啊？偉大嘅軍人問道。你有一個乜嘢都無法刺穿嘅盾牌，同埋一個乜嘢都能刺穿嘅長矛，佢哋點樣可以同時存在啊
I don't speak Cantonese.
商人攞起佢嘅盾牌同埋長矛，可唔可以同時存在並不重要。你個老閪，佢衝過去，用長矛將軍人刺死啦，因為佢哋喺我手上。我話事。
Just let him go. Please. He's harmless.
And let that be a lesson to you, Kutas. This is Mr. London's barrio, and the sooner you get that through your cocoa, the less mal you'll need to deal with.
Huh. Interesting that he kind of backed off there. Now, of course, you can either stay behind. You saw the choice symbol appear, and that's because you can either stay out of it and let Baruti get roughed up a bit, or you can interfere. And I figured this, and you can see how surprised Zoe was that she stepped forward. I kind of like the idea that her heroic self that she can't much remember anymore kind of took over there for just a brief moment, and that's why she surprised herself by stepping up. Also, once again, we get a little hint about what's going to go on later in the story because of Mr. London using, I think, is a pretty well-known Chinese fable or short story about the spear and the shield. So the idea of someone wielding a spear that can destroy anything is something that's going to come up later as well. It's one of the nice things about replaying games like this is that once you know and have seen how things play out, you can start to see all of the little hints and stuff that were given in the earlier parts of the game.
Jesus, Baruti, are you okay?
I think so. Thanks for speaking up, Zoe. I appreciate it. Although, I'm not sure it was the smartest thing to do. You're on his radar now.
I couldn't just stand by and watch. Are you sure you're all right?
I am. But I'm not going anywhere tonight. I'm just going to watch Leia's stream note from the office.
Do you need anything? You don't have to stay here by yourself, you know. I can stay, or you can come home with me.
I'm fine, Sissy. Really. They were just trying to scare me. Mission accomplished. They're not coming back. Not today, at least. We can worry about tomorrow.
Okay. About Queenie and...
Let's talk about that tomorrow too. Right now, I just want to sit down with a cup of hot tea and enjoy a rousing speech.
I understand. But, Baruti, please lock the door and ring if there's anything.
I won't argue with you there. See you on Thursday, Sissy.
Take care, Baruti.
So go home or explore. And this is just a chance, this is your chance in case you want to continue to explore Propast before wrapping up this part of Zoe's story. But we will have chances to come back to Propast, and you know, as we go to different areas, I'll be looking at other things. So we don't need to necessarily explore just for exploration's sake at this point. So let's just go ahead and go home.
Hey.
Ooh, smells good. What are you making?
Risotto. Come over here.
Oh, just a minute, Reza. So here's their apartment. You can see that, you know, that whole idea of artificial sun. Well, I don't think they have a window that's necessarily facing that sun. Although, with the warning that it might potentially cause tumors, maybe that's for the best. Pretty small bed for 2 people. Even for 2 lovers. It's a bit small. You can pet Wonkers. Give him a little pat on the head. Although she doesn't have anything to say to him. Now, at this point, I don't know if Wonkers is inactive because he can't be reactivated, or because Zoe's just choosing not to turn him on. Ah, there's this Eurotrash TV show. And this Europolis' Most Wanted, I believe, is showing game developers, I believe, for the project. So it's just a nice little Easter egg. You can choose to sit on the couch, just like so. Let's see, anything else to look at? Not much, because, as they mentioned, it is a small apartment.
Nice to see you too. I needed that.
Why? What's going on?
We had a real scare at the campaign office.
What happened?
Baruti got pushed around by Mr. London's goons, and London himself.
Jesus, is he okay?
He's fine. He's probably fine.
How about you? Are you okay?
I'm okay. They didn't touch me.
But you got involved.
I had to. I couldn't just let them do that to Baruti.
I really wish you'd stayed out of it. You don't know what those people are capable of.
They're just cowards.
Cowards with the might of the Syndicate behind them.
Still just cowards. Look, I'll be okay. They wanted to scare Baruti. Nothing's gonna happen. They're not gonna come after me. How was your day?
Not as interesting as yours. I published that bingo piece. Now I'm following up the leads on the clampdown.
It's getting ridiculous out there. Everyone's on edge.
I know the campaign work is important to you, but you need to be careful about getting involved in local affairs. Even Sully doesn't want us to write too much about what's happening here in Propast.
If you stop reporting things because you're afraid of what will happen, you're censoring yourself.
We need to pick our battles. Like that Mr. London business. He shakes businesses down, runs the local black market. Bad, sure, but not corporate level bad. Or Kaiser Constantine bad.
I guess.
I'm not happy about it either, but sometimes you need to let the small fish go in order to catch the bigger fish.
I get that. Maybe I'm an idealist.
We both are, but I'm also a realist. And I really wish you'd drop the campaign work. Hey, come over here and taste this.
I don't like his tone, and it's not the first time we've had this argument. Sometimes Reza can be so controlling. I don't like it. I don't like his tone. But it's not the first time we've had this argument, and I'm tired. I want to have a quiet evening. I should just let it go.
Well, given the day she's just had, I think she'd probably be more likely to just drop this for now. You know, being threatened by, you know, a mob boss will do that.
How is it?
It's good. Really good. I can't wait to eat. I'll pay you back afterwards.
For what?
Cooking the best dinners? Being the best boyfriend? Knowing how to make me feel better?
Do we have to wait until after dinner?
Won't the risotto be ruined?
Is that important?
Not in the slightest.
Don't just say you love me, show me. Don't just say you love me, don't just say you love me, show me.
All right, so here we are at the first of several interludes. There's an interlude after each chapter, and they follow the story of...
Sleeping? Playing? Plotting our downfall? I don't know. She's in a crib and she's been suspiciously quiet.
Good, that's good.
And you're not listening to a word I'm saying. How's the story coming?
Don't ask.
All right. So when can I read it?
Don't ask.
All right then.
Indeed, follows the adventures of Saga. That's who this little baby is named. And sure enough, she was the person who was being born in that scene at the very beginning of the game. Looks like she's now, I don't know, maybe 2 years old. You know, she's definitely on the toddler stage. Now, in the previous choice, the last of the chapter 1 there for Zoe, that's one where if you go over and taste what Reza is cooking, then it's basically a show of support for their relationship. If you don't do anything or walk away, then Reza gets really angry because, well, there's probably many things that both he and Zoe have to be angry about since they're rather different people. But anyway, I remember the first time in the earlier versions, they didn't have that little choice symbol pop up. So I didn't understand that it was a timed decision. So I was just going to go look around the apartment at that time. And then all of a sudden, Reza gets super pissy at me. So that was kind of annoying. So it's nice that they've kind of fixed that a little bit by really trying to be more clear about when you have a time choice. Now, in each of these interludes, there's some kind of puzzle that you have to accomplish. Little Saga is becoming an adventurer at a very young age. Ouch. You can't actually run while you're Saga. Now these whole interludes, ooh, there's a whisper coming from outside. And by the way, if you happen to hear any meows in the background, that's just one of my cats. Unfortunately, since Saga is really little, you try to examine things and all she does is babble. Like that. So, not a lot that we can learn here from Saga at this point. All of these interludes, I'm not sure if they were originally just slated to be cutscenes, but one of the stretch goals for the Kickstarter campaign was to turn these interludes into something playable. And they were able to reach that stretch goal. Huh. Okay, that just went this way. Again, normally I would explore, but we're going to be back here later and as an older Saga who can actually comment on things.
Hey, is there anything you want me to bring back this time?
Do we have to talk about that right now?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
I don't like it when you leave.
I worry when you leave.
I thought the whole point of building this house was so that we wouldn't have to worry so much anymore.
Oh, I'll always worry. But I'll always come back to you. This is our anchor. In time and space. In all worlds. Past, present, and future.
You're starting to sound like a real estate agent.
Recently renovated, low interest rates, unbound from space and time, never twice the same neighborhood, comes with one beautiful baby girl and a sexy, willing wife.
Sexy, but not always so willing.
Just focus on the stew, dear.
You better let me read what you've written afterwards.
Not a chance, now shush.
Now I think if we get caught by Dad here, we'll be put back in the crib. So let's go around this way.
Hey, what are you doing out of your crib? How did you pull that off? Let's get you back, safe and sound.
Ah, we got caught. Alright, so let's try again. That door is closed, so we can't go around that way. So it sounds like this place is outside of time. Interesting. Haha, we can sneak under the table. So that's how we can get past Dad. I don't think Mom necessarily will put us back in our crib. So we can probably interact with her.
Hey, Saga. Are you up and about?
Hi, Mom.
Does Papa know you're here? I don't think Papa knows. Don't worry. It'll be our little secret.
Yay, Mom's on our side.
Hey, baby, Mama's working. Give me a minute.
An old school typewriter. Now, our dad, for all intents and purposes, seems to be human, but our mother definitely does not look human. Now, of course, in Arcadia, there's a whole race of colored humanoids, but they tend to be colored blue, and they're known as Dolmari. But she's colored green, so she may not be Dolmari. She may be some other kind of race.
1 second, Saga. I'm just finishing this one sentence. Almost. There. Right. What do you want? Did you want something?
There's that magic light.
The door? You want me to open the door for you?
Yes, please.
I can do that.
There's a shiny
There you
thing
go.
on the other side.
Now, don't go into the fireplace again and get ashes all over the place, okay? Where was I?
So even as a little toddler, looks like Saga has a perchance to go into the fireplace. Strange notion. Although it's currently lit, and the mother doesn't seem worried about that she might go into the fireplace despite the fact that it's lit. So maybe Saga's not hurt by fire? That's interesting. What is this sparkly light? Ah, it's hovering over... It almost looks like a baby rattle, but it's got the symbol of the balance on it.
Hello, Saga. You're growing so fast, little one. Soon you will talk and remember and see with other eyes. Eyes that can no longer see me. There's so much of me in you, sister-daughter. I know you cannot understand me now, but I want you to know that I will watch you and protect you. Over time, our link will weaken, and you will be blind to me, but I will still be right here. Tomorrow, in 10 years, for as long as you live. And at the end, my sister, my daughter, we will reunite. The circle will be complete. The worlds rejoined, balance restored. The stories we will tell each other. I'll see you soon, my little Saga. May the balance be with you always.
Who are you talking to, Saga? What's all the babbling about?
Is she in there? How in the stars did she get out?
Magic, honey. It sounded like she was talking to someone.
Hey, how did you get out, baby girl? Did you sprout wings and fly?
There's someone else in the house, Magnus. I can feel it.
I don't feel anything. Don't worry, Etta. No one but us could ever get inside. It's impossible.
I hope you're right. I could have sworn there was somebody. Oh,
Papa's not the only one making stew.
All right, so that was the end of the end of Book 1, Reborn. And so after a little review of our choices here, we will be going on to Book 2. Now, if I recall correctly, the reference there to sister-daughter that the spirit, or whatever it is, made to Saga has led many to believe, and along with the opening scenes, that Saga is actually April reincarnated. However, I'm not quite so sure of that. While it is true that the April Ryan that we saw was killed, and then it cuts pretty quickly to Saga being born, there was one other character who seemed to be in trouble at the same time that April was. And because of that, I'm not so sure if Saga is April reborn, but someone else being reborn instead. Now, I'm going to hold off on talking more about that because it kind of might involve a spoiler for later on, and I definitely don't want to do that. But I will point that out near the end of the game about what I think, or who I think Saga might actually be instead of April. Alright, so all your decisions have been recorded for Book 2. The actions and decisions you have made in Book 1 have already changed the course of your journey in important ways. These decisions will be remembered, and they will decide how your journey continues in Book 2. This is a summary of a few of the choices you have made and the consequences they may have for the future. Alright, so as we saw before, a vast majority of people decided to do the new path, in which Zoe goes into artificial intelligence. We have Keon killing the helpful prisoner to put him out of his misery instead of being tortured. We spared the warden's life. Let's see, we had Zoe choose to try to remember instead of wanting to just forget. And again, most people went with that. Again, it kind of makes sense, given that the players know that she's forgotten a lot. Here we have the choice for getting cheese soup for Reza instead of the sausages. And that a slight majority went with the cheese soup. Other people went about maybe 40% or so went with the sausage. The first time I played, I actually went with the sausage. But that can have some unfortunate consequences down the road. Alright, when Queenie asked what was most important to us, we chose remembering. And again, since there were 4 choices, this looks like the one that most people chose. We had to whether or not to interfere with Mr. London trying to beat up on Baruti. A large majority of people went with that. And of course, it's easier to make someone else be heroic than be heroic yourself. It's interesting to see what would happen if the player themselves had to intervene in a real life choice like this, whether they would or not. Alright, and whether or not we either stopped and listened or we interrupted the conversation with Nella. We went with the slight majority and chose to just listen. And lastly, we chose to just drop the arguing with Reza as opposed to pressing it.
Hush, baby, hush. Rest your head on your pillow, little one. You'll be home with Amar soon. I've missed you, my child. I've missed you here, in the deep, in the dark, in the cold. Come to me, my sweet little Kian. Come home.
How is he, Naani? Will he live?
Your magic brought him back from the darkness. My magic helped him stay. But the fight is his alone now. He must choose to live. Hush, Kian, hush. Rest your head on the pillow. You will soon be home. In the deep, in the dark, in the...
Why do we keep him alive? He's the enemy. The fever ate him up.
No, Liko. We brought him here for a reason. We need him alive.
You freed me, Kian Alvane. Don't blame yourself for my death. This is what I wanted. To be free. To be reborn.
When I do kill you, you will feel every twist of my blade as your life drains away. Your pain and shame and dishonor will serve as my vengeance. And I will be there to witness your soul departing for the nether realms, for the shadow, in that deep, dark, cold water. They can only protect you for so long, Apostle. In the end, you will have to face your sins, and you will pay for them.
Sleep, my child. Sleep, and never wake up. We're waiting for you. All of us. We're waiting in the deep, in the dark. Join us here. There's nothing for you out there. You belong here, with Amar, in the deep, dark, cold. Forever and ever.
I must go. He'll wake soon. Make sure he drinks water and eats. He will recover. The only wounds I cannot heal are on the inside. He must heal those himself.
Wake up, Kian. Wake up. Wake up!
Where in Shadow's name am I?
All right. So here we are at the start of Book 2. Several different voices there. Of course, the one asking him to go into the dark must have been the voice probably of his mother, because he talked about how his mother had, I believe she'd committed suicide for some reason, and he remembers her talking about always being with her in the dark and the cold. We also had the voices and visions of those apparently at his bedside, some of them hoping that he wakes up, others wishing that he would just die. And then lastly, we had the voice of April Ryan herself, saying that she wanted to be reborn, and actually waking him up from his fever dream, I guess. So April's spirit still seems to be influencing things in the story at this point, even though April herself is not around, at least not in any form that we can recognize. So what we'll do is I'll end this recording session here, and we'll really start off Book 2 in the next session. So until next time, fellow adventurers, take care.